Welcome to the Maths Times Table Year 4 Parents video, where we'll be discussing the multiplication check and what will be happening this year.
So what does the national curriculum say? So primary school age children are expected to know all of their times tables up to 12 times 12. Under the current national curriculum, children are supposed to know their times tables by the end of year 4. But until now, they have not been formally assessed on them.
So the multiplication tables check, these should have been taken this year by the Year 4 children in the summer term, June 2021. It will be compulsory for all English schools next year, but we are taking part in the DFE unofficial times table check. The children will be using an on-screen check where they will have to answer 25 multiplication questions against the clock. The children will get 6 seconds from the question appearing to give their answer, which actually isn't very long. But we know that our children are really quick on these games, so if they know their times tables really well, they will be fab, which I know they will be. And we've been doing lots of practice in school. The test will be no longer than 5 minutes.
But what if my child doesn't do well in the multiplication check? Well, there will be no pass mark and no child will fail this test. The DFE clearly states that the purpose of the check is to help teachers identify which children require further support. School level results won't be made publicly available or be used in any league tables.
So, learning times tables. It seems easy when children have learned them, but the prospect of having to learn them drives fear into children, and this in turn has a negative effect on their learning. Luckily, we in school do it in such a fun way with a counting stick, times table songs, and just lots of recall that we do. So we make sure the children feel at ease with learning their times tables as much as possible. And we have the TT rock stars, and the children absolutely love doing the work on there. So here's a diagram that shows the 144 times table multiplication fact that every child needs to commit to memory. Wow, quite a lot. So children need to be able to recall any times table answer within the 2 or 3 seconds. And then this leaves time, obviously, no time for counting. So it's really important we're practicing all the different multiplication facts, and we'll be doing as much as we can in school. And if you could also do some at home with them, that will really help too. And we've got some ideas coming up in this presentation to share with you for this.
So, the national curriculum expectation. So in the table here are the national curriculum times tables expectations for each year group. The children will be tested on their times tables regularly in school. So by the end of year 1, the children are expected to count in multiples of 2, 5 and 10, and also recall and use all doubles up to 10 and the corresponding halves. By the end of year 2, the children are expected to recall and use multiplication and division facts for the 2, 5 and 10 times tables, including recognising odd and even numbers. By the time the children get to the end of year 3, the expectation is that they're able to recall and use multiplication and division facts for the 3, 4 and 8 times tables. And again, in year 4, by the end of this year group, the children are expected to know all their times tables up to 12 times 12. In year 5 and year 6, this would be revision of all times tables and all division facts up to 12 times 12.
So, this is an interesting thing that we found. So there's 22 facts to learn. If you already know your 1, 5 and 10 times table facts, here are some more that are really important to learn. So as you can see, if you know all your 1s, that's fine, which all the children do. 2s, I know our children are fabulous at those. And the 3s, 4s and 5s, we spent a lot of time learning previous year. And then 6s, 7s, 8s and 9s have been ones we've really been focusing on this year. But you can see there are some interesting ones that if they know these, it'll really help them for when they do their multiplication times table check.
The children absolutely love playing Times Table Rockstars, and we would love to advocate this and practice as much as the children can at home wherever it's possible. And there are lots of games for this. So, for example, there's a sound check game where they have to just answer the times tables and they get given a score at the end of it. But here are some games to try at home.
This is the good one, Super Fingers. So this is a game for 2 players. So you can be playing this with your child at home. And this is basically a version of rock, paper, scissors, but with numbers. And I know the children in my class know rock, paper and scissors. I've seen them play it over the playtime many times. So 2 players count to 3 and then make a number using their fingers. So both players then have to multiply both numbers together and the quickest wins. So even like rock, paper, scissors. So 4. So if we're doing 8s, 4 times 8. So 32, getting them to quickly do it. So maybe pick a times table for this. That would be really useful. They need to practice. And then rock, paper, scissors. You can even introduce 2. So then you're doing paper, scissors, 10, maybe to get them started. And they're like 80. So that's a really good game to try with your child when you're at home. Maybe, when you're cooking dinner, you can just quickly, while the pasta's cooking or something, quick rock, paper, scissors.
Multiplication snap. So for this game, you're going to need a deck of cards. The first step is to flip over the cards as though you were playing snap. The second step is this. The first to say the fact based on the cards turned over. So 2 and 3 say 6 gets the card. The person to get all of the cards wins.
Ooh, that sounds like a good one. So here are some fabulous links that you can try at home. So Top Marks, hit the button, is a fabulous one. You can do mixed times table with that one, or you can pick a specific times table that they might want to practice. Coconut multiples is another one. That's quite a popular one that we've been playing in school. Got mass fishing, times table grid. So Top Marks has fabulous games that you can play. Timetables.co.uk. There's another one with some lovely games there. And then there's Mr. DeMeo on YouTube. And on YouTube as well, we've been listening to some different times table songs, and the children absolutely love these. And they're based on some of the pop songs that they like to listen to. So you can check those out, like Adele, Rolling with the Deep. They quite like that one. That's practicing one of their times tables. There's lots you can find online to really get them practicing those times tables and get them engaged.
If you would like to contact us regarding any questions regarding this, please do feel free to email us. Our emails are written here. So as my one, so neil.thrower@swale.at. Mrs. Walker's email address, kim.walker@swale.at. And Mrs. Das, whose email address is anderson.das@swale.at. Please do contact us if you have any questions, and we'd be delighted to answer them for you.
Thank you for your time, and we hope to speak to you soon.